Again, for those on the call who are not familiar, this project is actually still underway with Squiz, but we have sort of, we did run a lean and fast discovery phase, which I'd love to sort of talk a little bit more about now. And I guess the first question, I understand there was a little bit of hesitation at first to actually go through this process. So can you tell us a bit about that early thinking?
Yeah, look, you know, I'm a getter on and doer, and I kind of hang my hat on getting stuff done, and so I'm not always the right person to you know, to stop and think, and that gets me into trouble sometimes. But I've got good people around me, and I've learned that you don't surround yourself with people who are like you. You surround yourself with people who will be a good foil to your personality types, but probably collectively, you know, we kind of thought we knew what we needed to know, and we, you know, from all that stuff that we just talked about, we were very clear: no gimmicks, no flashiness, keep it simple, really simple GUIs, really simple interfaces. You know, people want news, they'll find it. Don't clutter up your website with, you know, we get really excited about we've done a long-term plan and an annual plan. I mean, the community don't really give a flying stuff about that kind of thing. They want to know, you know, what affects my life and what affects my home and health, those kind of things. So, you know, is my road going to be closed because of roadworks? Is the bin collection day going to be changed? What time does the swimming pool open? Those kind of things are what people get excited about. Councils have a real propensity to get really excited about the navel-gazing stuff, but you've got to get out of that mindset. So we kind of knew we needed to do simple. We knew we needed to do clean. We knew and then the other thing is we really wanted to make sure that we put power in the hands of people. So you know, let you choose what you want to see. Let you choose where you want to go. Let you in the future configure your homepage. Yeah, you know, let you see your rates accounts balance. Don't send out something every quarter that's all smoke and mirrors and actually not very clear about what I need to pay, or if I pay by direct debit, it doesn't give me a summary. I mean, by the time someone's got on the phone, they're already on the back foot because they're annoyed. So just give it all to you. We hold all of that information and let you, and 99% of the time, just like I do with all of the other people I interact with, I would rather deal with it myself. But you know, we didn't know what we didn't know, and I think I talked right at the beginning about, you know, these things just get bigger than Ben-Hur, and it's so hard to know where to start. And in the end, it just becomes actually, look, I think councils are quite risk averse, and that's probably right too, because we spend other people's money, and we're not doing it to make a profit, so you can justify R&D in a commercial environment probably more easily. So they are by design, I think, risk averse, and that's appropriate in some places. But what it does is it stifles us when we're trying to move things forward, because nobody wants to make that call. Nobody wants to be brave, because if you do something and get it wrong and you've wasted ratepayers' money, that's not good, and that's fair enough. So I was a bit reticent really, because it was like we know what we need to do and we know how we're going to get there, and but you know what we didn't know is what order, and we didn't know a lot of the how. And to be fair, I don't care about a lot of the how. That's for other people to figure out. But what's been so good about working through that process is that we all got clearer about what it is that we're trying to achieve, and some of those things we hadn't articulated them well. We've got an idea, but an idea is not a plan, right? You know, and an idea doesn't get you anywhere, but a plan does. And so, you know, the process was great, actually. I dreaded the week, because I think we had 4-hour sessions every day for a week, and I thought this was going to be like sticking pins in our eyes, and it was great. I was quite disappointed when they ended.
Well, I know that Deb and Edlon were as well. So.
You use that word partner, and you're going to use that, but I think we ultimately should be the judge of whether we see you as partners. But we but we do, and there's not many people I put in that category. But the reason I say that is by you putting us on the spot and really forcing us to articulate what it was and what it was that we wanted. That process changed some of our views. We probably came out at the end of it with more realistic expectations. We I talked about the change thing too, and I don't know where we'll end with this project, and I'm okay with that. And I think it's got to be okay, because I think to do what we want to do will probably take 3 years. So we've really broken it down into, let's take a couple of wins initially, and what does MVP, minimum viable product, look like? And actually, without Squiz, we would have really struggled to get there. Really understanding that concept. What is enough to justify the investment? Enough to turn this app on to the public and say it's here. So there's some easy stuff that we've talked about, like what time does the resource recovery park open? What time does the swimming pool open? Quite easy stuff that we know are the things that get the most hits on the website and are very easy to translate into an app. And then we wanted some personalization right from the start. So there will be a user log on, but possibly in the first iteration, all you'll be able to do is choose your communication preferences. And it doesn't sound big, but it is, because actually there's a whole lot of stuff that needs to happen to make that deliverable. And actually, we have a lot of people who say, well, we didn't know this, we didn't know that, and you give us that, but we don't want to know it. So being able to say, over to you, you go on, you tell us what information you want to receive. We will tag everything we put on the website and onto social media, and then it will, any of the topics that you've registered an interest in, it will pull that into an automated email that will go to you at the end of the week. So don't come at me if you don't know something, because the ball's now in your court. You're in control. You hop on. And that's not a lot of functionality, but there's quite a lot of clever stuff that's got to go on. And then the other thing we really want from the off is an improved ticketing system, so that we need to remove that sense that when the customer says something's gone into a black hole, that's what's happened. So what will happen is that through the app you'll be able to register complaint, a problem, an issue, but you'll immediately get a reference number. Customer services team will be able to see it. When they allocate that out within the organization, other people will be able to see it. Everybody will have full transparency. So if you ring anybody, they can jump into the system. You're not going to get too much back in phase 1. But in phase 2, we start to say you can see your rates balance, you can see the status of your service request. And then in phase 3, if we ever get there, because there's a whole lot of massive problems we've got to solve before we get to phase 3, you can potentially alter your own direct debit. So it becomes truly interactive. But so much of that kind of council way of doing things and that risk averse, and I'm seeing it too in climate change. People saying we can't do anything about climate change until we know what sea level's going to go up. Is it going to be a meter or is it going to be 1.5 meters? Go away and come back and tell me when you know. Well, the answer is we're never going to know, but we know that the sea levels are going to go up. So there's some shit we need to do. We haven't got a coast, I should say, but down the road in Timaru, we know what they've got to do. You've got to start moving your infrastructure back. You've got to stop building new settlements on low-lying areas. It doesn't actually matter whether it's 1.2 or 1.3 or 1.4. And while you're trying to find that out, you're ripping up $50 notes faster than you can print them, and you're not delivering any value, and you're putting off taking any action. Sometimes I think it's deliberate. Sometimes I think it isn't. It's just comes from a risk-averse mindset. So if we focus too much on our end game, we would never start, and we would have never started on this journey. And what I also know is by the time we get to 3 years, the world will be different. The challenges that the things we're trying to fix in 3 years just won't be the things we're trying to fix now. So, and if you fix too much on that, you won't get started either. So let's just start with what's in front of us. If we can we've got 4,500 people in the district, and I think we've got 3,500 dogs because we're a rural district. If we can just change things so that somebody can do their dog registration without leaving the farm, we've saved a whole lot of people a day. That's massive.